Alright, what's up YouTube? We're back with a video, and basically I was watching Nostalgianomics and PokeNE, right? So they was doing a live stream, and I asked in the comments and the questions like, oh, do you still think that JoeG should delete his channel, right? And then they said, he said some things like, oh, if you go onto his channel, you know, you can search by the most popular videos, and he probably had this video about, he attacked me as well, like this on about PokeNE, yeah? And then somebody in the comments posted on the live stream, or if anyone's watching JoeG, they must be mentally ill, or, you know, some mad shit. I posted it on my community notes, which was kind of funny, right? So anyway, I went to my popular videos, and I was like, wow, I didn't even do this. Yeah, I can see what my most popular videos are. Because like, I'm literally, I don't navigate YouTube other than you just clicking on the thing, right? So I seen this video, right? This video was like, Evolution's PSA 9 was selling for 850 about around 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, Evolution's 9 was selling for this price as a PSA 9. Now, which, you know, looking back, is it mental, right? It was, you know, a crazy boom of 2020, right? And this is what came out on the crazy boom of 2020, yeah? So what you have to be careful on is, I'm not going to say that, you know, was these people right or wrong in selling their cards, or, you know, was the market wrong or right for the price that these was. I'm not really going to say anything regarding that, but the point of the video is to be careful about the modern cards, right? Because the modern cards, let's say right now you go out and you buy, well, this is not like a PSA 10, so the PSA 10 and the PSA 9 obviously is different. So, you know, the PSA 9 or 10 in some of the modern cards is going to be a lot easier to grade, right? So like in Evolutions, the grade to hit this card as a 10 is pretty wild, right? So if you jump to PSA's population report, which is here, right, it shows you that in Evolution's Charizard, there is literally, right, so I'm going to roll this up. It did show you, did it not show you the picture? Like, oh no, the picture's not here, right? So basically, if you go to the population tab, right, it should show you the image. So this, well, there was 3. It did show us the image before. I don't know why it's not doing it now, but basically, there's 30, you know, these are the, never mind on how many other cards are graded, but there's 22,000 PSA 9s of Evolution's Charizard, right? Now, the value is $99, right? So, you know, basically, go on my video, right, down here, and he goes to the left-hand comment. He posted a comment, and he said, 100 now, these were mad times looking back, right, at what an 850 was selling for. And I was like, huh, for Evo Zard. Like, so if you take into consideration still the price, you know, of a, say, a booster box, right? So let's just do this real quick. We'll just extend it a little bit, right? And then we'll go to Evolutions, and you go to the sold history of the booster boxes. One legit sold on April 30 for £1,000, right, for an Evolution sealed booster box. Now there's an American sale which is below, which is 941 of 41. Now that's $1,250 for a sealed booster box. Now you are wanting to basically, if you know, attack this box basically and open it, right, in my eyes, what price is, you know, the Mega EX Charizard, I think it is, right? Let's say PSA 10. I think that's what it's called. So okay, so yeah, this is the card, right? So a PSA 10 of this from 2016 is now selling for, say, £365. So what's that like for? Is it a UK sale or are these all American? So what's this as an American card, right? This is selling for $499, right? So like $500 basically, right? So, you know, it still doesn't kind of add up to me, you know, that this technically is like, you know, what I'm trying to say here, yeah, is the box price still doesn't add up, right? To be paying that much for a box and then the yield out of the box is still like really bad. Do you know what I mean? So the price of this card, like if we say, for example, we go to the population report, let's say like this Garchomp V, right? Investing in the modern cards, and the modern cards may go down, they may go up, right? They might go crazy high. Now, the PSA 10s, the difference between a PSA 9 and a PSA 10, obviously, the price difference here is insane. But realistically, that's why you kind of got to be careful investing in modern cards, because there's a lot of them and a lot of them can get graded. So, for example, you know, we're going to check for video purposes, right? We'll check this card, right? So this card is a 2006 World Edition and it's an Umbreon, right? Now, there's a lot of Umbreon fans out there and a lot of Umbreon collectors, right? So I'm going to check this on the population report because I want to see if there's actually like search graded items. So let's type Umbreon here, Umbreon 112115. See if it gives us the World's Edition. The World's Championship promo. Here it is. Right. So there's a current grade. So this one actually shows you the photo. Let me just wind the camera back out. So there's the photo. So there's only like, wow, there's 14 total auction sales for this. $290 as, you know, a PSA 10. But there's only 24 of them exist. And then there's only 34 9s. Now, what do I think mine will be? I think this one will be a 9. If I'm honest, I am going to grade this, but I think it'll be a 9. So it's like, a 9's only still worth like 82. So it's pretty mad that, you know, this card still has such a low population, but then is low price. So this is the thing about rare items, right? Like, this is a lot rarer than an Evolution Charizard or a modern card. Like, say Garchomp, right? Let's just check this Garchomp V, right? This is just, we're just doing a random video here. There's random shit. And then we're going to check this one. So we're going to search, what's this? Garchomp. Wait. It's got CHOMP, yeah, and then the code on this one is TG23. That's it. Enter. Okay, this is the English one. Astral Radiance, right? So already in PSA 10 of this card, you can see it's outpacing the 9s, right? So we have 2,839 as a PSA 10. And this one's going to be a PSA 10. And the 9s is 1,620. So this is what I mean about, you know, people buying these ultra modern sets and cards, and, you know, I really do feel like the print quality in these things is technically better than Evolution's, because the spread of grading is insane, right? So will someone open a box and get a Charizard Holo 11 of 108 and get a PSA 10 out of a fresh Evolutions case? It's probably not going to work, right? So in my eyes, you know, be careful if you're going to be buying these ultra modern cards at high value, because 4 years time you might see an incredible drop, like, you know, the Charizard from 11108. We just don't know, but it's a rocky. I think anything that's like limited edition, anything that's pretty difficult to get out, not out of a booster, I think they're your best options than going, because that's wild, isn't it? That literally was 100. But I'm only making this video since the time that Pokey was like, oh, go on your popular videos. And I'm like, oh, popular videos, let me click that. And then that's jokes. Do you know what I mean? It's funny as fuck, right? I'll see you in the next one. Peace.